Hello everyone, and welcome to another video of Cold Tracks about the abandoned rails of Pennsylvania, or at least what I can find and track down of them. So before this video actually gets started, I just wanted to say, as you can see, this was probably one of the most sketchiest things I've done. I don't really plan to make future expeditions for these abandoned tracks or cold tracks this kind of risky in the future, but I felt like since I was there, I wanted to make the most of it and kind of tempt fate here. But as you can see, it just does not look like the most appealing thing to want to venture into. And what we're looking at here is actually an old abandoned tunnel in Clarion, Pennsylvania. And with everything going on lately and all the things in the media and the news and the stress in the world, this was actually venturing through here and out the other side was actually kind of like, it was almost like you went through a portal to the other side, and it was just like normal life on the other side. It was just, yeah, I was just free to kind of explore and roam and check things out, and it was great. Anyways, I'll let you kind of watch my exploration through this old abandoned tunnel here, and then we'll talk more about it once we get to the other side. So enjoy, and talk to you in a few. So as we're getting a little closer to the other end of this tunnel here, I guess now's a better time than any to point out that this tunnel is just over 1,700 feet long, from what I could tell. There's actually 3 in this general kind of area. This was the only one that I found to be accessible today. Maybe I'll go back down there in the future and try to find some of the other ones, but for today this was pretty much took all the time I had. But the tunnel itself was built somewhere in the early 1900s. It was kind of sort of difficult to nail down an exact date. And this side of the tunnel is actually a little bit more structurally sound looking, so felt a little bit better coming out the other side here. But so these tracks, this abandoned line was actually originally part of the Franklin and Clearfield Railroad. Kind of shifted hands to the New York Central as well as the Penn Central, from what I could tell, and was ultimately abandoned under Conrail control. And Conrail actually abandoned the line in around 1988. So what you see here is, I mean, it's been abandoned for quite some time. As you can tell, it's a decent amount of time has passed. So the bridge itself it's somewhere between 200 and 300 feet tall, I believe, at the highest point, and the bridge itself is about 800 and some feet long, around 850. But this was about as close as I dare. I did kind of walk out on the first few ties there just to kind of see. It was structural up to the point where I walked. I just didn't feel like pushing it any further. Although I've heard stories that you can, and people have crossed it on foot. I just wasn't gonna tempt fate again right after walking through that dilapidated tunnel. Once I kind of laid eyes on the bridge itself, or the trestle itself, I ventured down underneath to kind of see if there's any other little relics or railroad infrastructure kind of laying around or tucked back in the woods here. A lot of it was pretty well overgrown, and there's a lot of trash as well from like a lot of the just people that pass through there or whatnot, and it's kind of sad. They just leave all their trash everywhere, but it's kind of the same story everywhere. But as you can see, the bridge itself is not in too bad a shape, although there's a fair amount of rust on it, and I'm not sure how structurally sound it will remain, because like I said, it's a pretty old bridge, probably close to 100 years old, which is pretty wild to think about if you stop and just kind of put that in perspective for a minute. As we ventured out from underneath the bridge here, we found there are a lot of artifacts and whatnot kind of buried and strewn about. And as I kind of made my way back through the underbrush to the main trail here, I did notice a huge like tie dump. I'm not sure if they fell down or not. I was able to locate a little date nail in one of them. I don't know how I even found that, but I believe it said 1930 was the date on it. Yeah, you can just see a lot of these ties just strewn about. It's like they just got pushed right off the edge of this hillside. And this was about as far as I would venture, just because it looked like the whole pile of ties was pretty much held back by like one little tree or two. And it just didn't look like a place I wanted to be in if today was the day that tree decided to let loose and let all those ties roll down the hill. It wouldn't have been a good day. And it was just really, it's like just a glimpse into the past. This is where all these things are laid since, I'd imagine it was abandoned or shortly thereafter. We are making our way back through the tunnel. And you can see the whole overhead is just lined with those bricks, and the tunnel itself on this edge is in pretty decent shape given the other side of it, but still it's not the best shape. I don't think I'm gonna most likely probably not venture back through there again, just because it was kind of an eerie feeling walking through here. Again, the tunnel, like if you look from one side to the other, standing at one end, it doesn't look all that long, but once you're in the middle of it, it does look, it's pretty deceiving once you're in there. You're just walking for, not that long, but I'd imagine it's somewhere between like a 15-minute, 10-minute walk all the way through that thing. And there's a lot of water. It's pretty moist in there. But this side is where we entered, and you can kind of see a lot of this debris from where the overhead actually collapsed. I'm not sure when this actually collapsed, but going through here, you really didn't want to dilly-dally and waste your time. Quickly now. But anyways, that's about it for this video. And I know it was kind of short and there really wasn't that much information to it, but I just thought it was really neat, and I've been trying to get down there for like a few years now, and I finally made it, so I wanted to share it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, enjoyed the trip, and enjoyed kind of just tagging along. Now, a lot of these things, a lot of this old railroad infrastructure is falling down, falling apart, and it won't be around for that much longer, given how long it has been around. But anyways, thanks again for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe and all that fun stuff if you enjoyed this video and want to see what I produce in the future. Thanks again, and be safe out there. Talk to you soon. Bye.